Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, especially good evening. This is the Boho Info Show, and I'm coming to you guys for an alert and a warning on the weather to come here in Florida and some of the other areas of the country. Um, I just got a new update from my map here on the weather, and please share this amongst other people on the web, especially for those that are living in Florida, okay, and the Gulf region, okay, let alone maybe the Atlantic side as well. But this course has massively changed. So please be advised. I will show you what is going on with that. Um, this is the actual scenario that I'm seeing unfolding as this course has been changing since the last time I talked to you. It looks like it's actually going to take a hit on the Gulf Coast around Charlotte Harbor, Northport area where the eye comes on land. I will blow this up so you guys can see exactly what's happening with this. But this is according to the future cast on the course, how it changed. It actually moved more east. Um, and what you're seeing here right now in front of your face is the actual wind gust. We're looking with, um, this is just wind gust of 42 miles an hour and higher kind of thing. I will show you something else on the wind speed as well. It's not so bad on the wind speed unless you're around the coastal area, but as this thing is going in, it's actually going to follow I-75 and go all the way up to Tampa. So everything from Charlotte Harbor all the way to Tampa is going to be affected by this, and tornadoes, etc. Now, I will show you, whoops, let me get into the rainfall. This is what I'm worried about. Whoops. All right, hang on a minute. Let me put it back into Tuesday mode. It jumped for some reason. Okay. Here is the scenario unfolding. Everything from the Everglades, as this is where the eye's hitting inland, for those who want to know exactly how and where, we're looking at Inglewood Beach, Northport, and Venice area. An actual eye will come into that area. So Inglewood, Northport, Venice, all that area. Okay. Um, so if you're vacationing or you live on the beach, get out of there. Um, Also, too, anything anywhere on the Gulf Coast is not safe for the beach area. Okay. What I'm reporting right now, according to what they're looking at Futurecast on this, as the eyes coming in, and this is at 11 p.m. So I'm going to back it back down to 5 p.m. so you can see how intense the rain is coming on this one. Way down here into the Gulf, we're looking around 3 inches, right? But as this is going into 8 p.m., it gets closer to the coast. So what happens is Bonita Springs, Naples, Cape Coral are looking around 2 inches per hour kind of thing, right? And this is at 8 p.m. At that time, the eye is actually kind of like hitting the outer islands of Cape Coral area at 8 p.m. And then it kind of goes into like, it looks like it's going into like Charlotte Harbor, in the like Boca Grande, Charlotte Harbor area, and then goes right into like Northport area. And the rain is ridiculous. It's like 2 inches or so or more per hour. And then overnight and if you have, stuff in there, I'm just letting you know, you know, yeah. Wind speed, it's like a tropical storm at 35 miles an hour, maybe. But this is where the wind gusts come in, and that's like way over the top of the scale. It's like over 50 mile an hour winds. Okay, which means it'll spawn tornadoes, water spouts, you name it, kind of thing. And again, flooding too on this one. Lots of rain. 2 a.m. and that was a picture from Tuesday the 6th. Wednesday the 7th, It goes right straight for Northport, goes inland, and then follows like 75 on up. And at that time, let's see, where is the heaviest part of the rain? There's a lot of heavy rain inland. So I'm going to say like Wauchula Hills, Orlando area, you're looking like 2 inches per hour maybe or more. Um, and then South Tampa. This is at 2 a.m. on July 7th, okay, at 2 a.m. in the morning. At 5 a.m., it makes a beeline for Orlando. It's like the eye's in Spring Hill, but the blunt of the storm is over the whole complete Disney complex and all the touristy stuff. And they are looking around between 2 and 3 inches kind of thing per hour in all of Orlando, over to Spring Hill, covering 75, etc. Now, we have to stay and watch this storm over the next few days because the way it shifted um, to the right quite a bit, a lot more east than north. I don't know why. It just happened. So this is 5 a.m. on July 7th. This is 8 a.m. on July 7th. And again, it goes right up the center of Florida. The eye then is located around Regal Park, Ocala, Kendrick area. Okay, but what's going to be affected is all the little springs, the waterways, the rivers, the canals, the lakes, the whatevers. Okay, so they're not out of the range. There's at least 2 inches or more in that area. Anything that you see in really dark red is way over 2 inches per hour. This is at 8 a.m. on July 7th. At 11 a.m., uh, it's still there, but it's not defined. But the central part. So if you're living in the country from, let's say, um, I don't know, let me think, Immokalee, Wauchula, Arcadia, um, all that area that's in the center part on up north, okay, this is going to have a massive impact of flooding. Massive. If you're living around any kind of creeks, rivers, streams, dams, um, springs, etc., that's going to be a major problem. Okay, major problem with a lot of flooding. Okay, um, and then this is making its way over into the other state, which is Georgia, because it kind of jumps from Jacksonville right into Georgia. And then this puppy is going to continue on an eastward area on the 7th. I'm time framing it. This is at 5 p.m. This is 8 p.m. on the 7th. Okay, let me move it down so you can see. At that time, Savannah is going to be severely affected from the storm at 8 p.m. on the 7th. A lot of flooding. 11 p.m. jumps into the Carolinas there, and it's closest to between Columbus and Charleston. So remember all those pig farm things? Okay, that could come again the same way with the flooding. Let's see what else here. And then it kind of stayed on land. It didn't go back out into the ocean yet. So I'm seeing this for the first time, just like you guys, how it's like, staying inland where before the report I had, it jumped back out. So we're going to go into it a little further and see where it's jumping into. But basically, it looks pretty much like it's going to stay inland. And let's see here. We'll go to 5 p.m. And here's the thing, it's like the central part of each state is being affected, no longer the coastal area. So like Charlotte, Raleigh, Greensboro, Richmond, Baltimore, a little bit on Virginia Beach, but not much. Um, and then this is 8. Richmond's going to get a downpour. And then 11 o'clock on the 8th, this is where it's going to get a little interesting there. So they could have some coastal flooding even maybe in New York, it looks like. Right along with everything in between, like Philadelphia, Baltimore, Richmond, Virginia Beach, all that kind of thing. So the storm did go back out into the Atlantic on the 9th at 2 a.m. It looks like it's right off the beach of Virginia Beach, maybe a little north of there, around 2 a.m. And let's see where it's going to go to next. This is around 5 a.m. on the 9th. So it looks like it's trying to intensify because you've got all this over 2 inches kind of thing in the red showing up in kind of real white, kind of winding around there again. And then, yeah, it does make like Long Island area. There's some like an inch per hour on Long Island in the central northern area. And then further up, even Boston maybe might get some. Let's see. Yeah, not too bad. There, it's off the coast. So it's staying off the coast at least for the blunt of it. And we're going to progress this through July 9th. This is going to 5 p.m. And it looks like it's starting to dissipate a little bit. We're going to have a little rain over there in Boston, maybe an inch, between a half to an inch per hour kind of thing, maybe. But overall, it's staying in the Atlantic so far. So that's good for them. So let's go back to Monday the 5th. We're back down on Florida. And we'll relook at this blob. So this is what's happening. Evidently, it did take effect into Cuba. I don't know if it's actually whipping around the mountains then at that time. Let me backtrack it and see. Because it kind of fouled underneath the whole Cuban peninsula on the whole southern side, but then went into actually Cuba. The eye is, let me see if they'll give me, it's in that location there where the eye goes over. Okay. So, and I don't really see moving from 8 to 11 anywhere else at the moment. Well, maybe a little more north it looks, or no, west, sorry about that. So Cuba's still going to have tons of water from this flooding thing. But yeah, that's where it's actually going to, the eye is going to go over. Okay. And then early Tuesday morning, wee hours in the morning, like 2 a.m., it's trying to make its way. It's still, the eye is still kind of on land of Cuba, but around 5 a.m. on July 6th, it's in the Gulf of Mexico, pretty much, the eye is. But the blunt of the storm, which is the flooding part and the wind part, is on the eastern side, northeastern side of the storm. And as I'm looking at it, this is what, at 8 a.m. on Tuesday. This is 11 a.m. Tuesday, the 6th. This is all the 6th that I'm talking about, July 6th. This is 2 p.m. Okay. And this is 5 p.m. And this is 8 p.m. And this is 11 p.m. So if you're using any roads at that time at 11 p.m. in Florida, it can have the high-end potential of flash flooding. Anything. US 41, 75, all the country roads, other highways, etc. Okay? And that's everything from the Everglades on up to Tampa. And this is going into July 7th at 2 a.m. in Tampa. And then this is 5 a.m. At 5 a.m. it's in Orlando. And between 5 and 8 a.m. it's in like Orlando, and it still stays like north of Orlando at 8 a.m. And then this is 11 a.m. So we have to keep an eye on the storm. Everybody heads up. Make sure you guys are all prepared for stuff. And yeah, pray, guys. Pray, pray, pray that this goes maybe more east. Maybe it'll go into the Atlantic and then, you know, go away from land. So everybody needs to pray for it to go east and get out of here, right? So yeah, I'm giving you guys the update. But if you haven't gotten your stuff by Sunday, I suggest you getting your stuff by the 4th of July. If you need any kind of emergency supplies, water, food, water, shelter, fuel, etc., and so on, get it by the 4th of July. Because if this does flood all the country roads and the highways and etc., nobody's going to be moving any goods in any direction for anything, when it comes to our stores or fuel supplies or emergency medical and all that. Okay. So yeah, be safe. I'm just giving you guys this update. I wasn't really going to do a show, but I promise you guys, whenever severe weather hits Florida or anywhere in the southern and southeastern region of the U.S., I try to keep track on it for you guys the best I can. And if you guys want to support my channel, please do so with the PayPal. Every little bit will help, especially if I get hit with a storm. Okay. So yeah, I'm way up here in Sarasota, Tampa area. So yeah, pray the whole thing goes east. You know what I'm saying? All right. Anyway, yeah. So take everything with a grain of salt. Research it for yourself. Stay eyes on the storm at the moment, right? And then lots of prayers. Okay. And then let's see what else. I always give you my 2 cents worth on any show, and I don't make any claims or disclaimers or anything like that for medically or otherwise. So anyway, stay tuned. I'm going to post this in Twitter and YouTube. Please share the word for anybody that might be living in Florida or any of the southeastern region of the United States. All right, stay prepared, be prepared. This is the info. We're over and out. Thank you.